Hello, everybody. There's none of you here now, so I'm talking to nobody.
Does that feel weird?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're on the road right now.
Motoring. What's
that is my favorite driving
for sex?
Is that how it goes?
What's your price for sex?
Motoring.
He's not propositioning a whore.
I didn't even know what the original lyrics were for that.
I don't either. It's probably not that, but
no, I like it.
That's
that
how I like to sing.
Yeah. So the freeways in the Seattle metro area are
bad.
awful.
There's no good way to drive south in Washington on a Friday afternoon, which is what I have to do on a lot of Fridays.
$5 TTS if you want to send us an audible message. I have my loudspeaker here.
Ooh.
I see. Link in the description. Let's get this fired up.
Ooh.
Oh, that means it's connected. It goes boop boop like that. And we were discussing earlier, this is way safer than how Billy the Fridge live streams.
As the driver of the car.
Yeah.
Which...
Maybe like if I was driving right now.
I'm trying to put myself in that space. So, I've got the stream camera...
To your lower
the stream
left.
phone here.
Yep.
And then a second phone with the chat, like, hanging out over here.
Yeah, down.
Ish.
Yeah.
And then also, like, a big gulp and a sandwich.
Yeah. And you're driving with your knee.
And I'm driving with my knee. That's so scary.
And that's out there. That's the chaos theory right there.
I mean, I have to begrudgingly respect that, because not everyone is built for that. Me, for example, is not built for that.
Well, there was one
time...
is
not built for that.
There was one time he was, like, texting and the road, like, suddenly curved. And I'm looking at him like, you know this is happening, right?
You on this?
And then I was like, dude, the road's curving. And he's like, oh, like that. And then he was like, he made up he did the, like, I meant to do that kind of thing.
He's a blameless man. He does not, in my time spent with him, not a lot of things have been his fault. And I like that. Like
Olive Garden's and Never Ending Pasta Bowl ending.
I mean, that wasn't, I don't blame him for that. If I was fixing on 9, 10, 11 bowls of pasta and only got 2, and like,
I think he said it was only 1.
And having not been informed that they'd be shutting shit down soon, yeah, I'd be mad. I don't know if I'd, like, make a waitress cry. But, yeah.
Drive safe. Hope you're doing well. Scoot, 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 scoot.
We're in stop and go traffic right now.
I hate it. Fix your house. Fix your fucking infrastructure. What about that infrastructure bill? When am I getting my 1.75 trillion over here?
The first thing I asked Scott when he got to my house was, have you paid homage to your king?
My new king.
Your new king.
Charles
III,
king. Baby.
You know what, though? Honestly, this is the time for Canada to ditch the monarchy. It's like you held on to the old lady. Honestly.
We didn't want to make the old lady sad.
Right, she's gone now. Don't give her, like, spoiled son that kind of credit.
I guess we gotta change all the money, right?
His face is... Well, I mean, we have dead people on our money, and so do you.
But we keep it current.
You know what, though? I remember one time I went to Canada, and Queen Elizabeth was probably, like, 70 years old, and they still had, like, 30-year-old Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, I love young, hot Elizabeth on the money. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. You could get away with, like, 50-year-old Elizabeth. But, yeah, they're doing, like, young Elizabeth. No.
Oh, my God. This traffic looks so bad that we're about to
I hate everything!
Yeah. It's looking
Why does
bad.
it have to be like this?
Yeah, it's.
It sucks.
I can't wait for Queen Camilla. I'm standing for Queen Camilla.
Queen Consort Camilla.
Well, that's how most queens were made back in the day, right?
I'll show you how to make a queen.
She's a killer. Yeah. Just a reminder, $5 TTS is on, and every donation goes towards this week's goal, which we're already 63%.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Oh man, we've gone into Saturday having like 20% before.
That's
so.
tough. I'm glad I don't have that pressure on me going into this Saturday.
No.
I can take
We'll
it
probably
easy.
only have to zap you a couple times, right?
I'm phoning it in on Saturday. I'm putting in time, clocking in, clocking out. If I make a joke, then that's just gravy.
Have you ever used a TENS unit before?
What?
A TENS unit.
No.
It's like a muscle stimulating unit. It like sticks to like your muscles.
Oh,
And then-
I've used something like that. Yeah, it's like a little pad thing.
Yeah. Every now and then we'll hook those like to our face or like to our boobs or whatever, you know. We had our friend Creamsicle, who does furry porn,
Who doesn't?
come on our show, and they did there's like sexual TENS units that like hook up to your junk,
I like that.
and they like turned it up to like the full. They were like,
Jesus.
they were trying to get us donations. They're like, every level I'll turn it up higher, and TENS units come in waves. They like build up and then die, and then build up and then die.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, okay. And then they would die. I think they had it on their butt, like on their anus, basically. Because I've accidentally seen some of Creamsicle's videos, and they take large things up their booty hole.
I think Creamsicle has only sent me art. I haven't seen any.
Yeah, Creamsicle's
video.
polite about that.
Yeah. I respect that.
I think Adam subscribed to Creamsicle's dirty shit, though.
That doesn't shock me.
Well, one time we had Adam on, and we brought Creamsicle on, and Creamsicle like dropped all of their socials.
And Adam was starstruck.
The Creamsicle?
Meeting his hero, Creamsicle.
You know, I think maybe Kimba was better than the Lion King.
You know what? The Lion King did copy everything. If I've learned one thing from Adam's 3-hour Kimba video,
Is that Kimba's better?
is that Kimba's better. Adam's 3-hour Kimba video that I transcribed.
I was on the fence about Kimba, but Adam's video convinced me.
Kimba rocks, Lion King gay.
Kimba rocks. Does the guy who voiced Scar have a cameo? We can like make him say a bunch of shit to
That
Adam.
is a great question. Does Jeremy Irons have a cameo?
Probably not.
Oscar winner Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, I don't think
winner,
he-
nominee.
I don't think he needs the money.
Winner.
I don't know.
If he won, what did he win for?
Wasn't he like a Bond villain or something?
He has the vibe of a Bond villain for sure.
I picture
don't
him
know
with
if
like
he's
an
been
eye
one.
patch in a movie.
I think you're just thinking of him as Scar.
But did Scar have an eye patch?
Well, he had Scar over his eye. If he was a person, he'd have had an eye patch. But he was a lion, and they hadn't invented those yet.
Okay.
Still haven't actually. Lions are behind the curve. I gotta say, lions, one of the worst big cats. Very stupid.
But,
And
yeah.
they're cucks. The women hunt. Come on.
And then behind them, tigers.
Get real, lions. I feel like I'm not reading the chat enough. I'm looking at the road too
Yeah,
much.
and there's not like, you know, they're saying stuff. They say stuff.
They say stuff. It's fine. We
Yeah,
don't worry too
if you
much
want
about
Scott to hear your chat, you have to send it in through
Yeah.
Streamlabs. Link in the description.
it. Make it good.
Yep.
Don't fuck around. Make it so good I get into an accident.
I'll show
It's moving-ish, but it's going to be more stop-start. For example, now, some stop. Sucks. I'm going to start flying. It's funny, the first, I don't know if post-COVID is the right term, but my first show in Seattle after not wrestling for like 20 months because of COVID. You still couldn't, it was September 2021, and you still couldn't drive across the border. So I had to fly to Seattle, which was very stupid. It's like a 35-minute flight. Or less even, I don't even know. But yeah, and then, yeah, so I had a show September 2021, and then the next show was November 2021, and I had a flight booked for that, but in the interim, they made it so you could drive across the border, so I refunded that flight, and I actually just looked at it the other day, and apparently that money expires, which seems like bullshit to me, and
Really?
I'm gonna have a word with the fine people at Alaska Airlines, and
They're rated as one of the better airlines.
yeah,
too.
they're like not a shit one. So hopefully they'll be accommodating. Otherwise, my like money for the flight to Seattle I got last year expires at the end of this month. I think worst case you could do a workaround. You could like use that to buy another flight and refund that flight. Then you'd get another year, presumably. I don't know, but it seems dumb that like a refund has an expiry date, because it's just like I've got
It
like
shouldn't.
you know, I've got like $300 in my Alaska Air wallet, and then as of September 30th, I have $0 in my Alaska Air wallet. So that doesn't seem right. So I'm gonna have a chat with them. I'm gonna tell them I'm a wealthy heiress, so they'll respect me more. And talk like Mrs. Howell from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, it's trans-Atlantic English is what that is.
Yeah, I love it. Not
That's
quite
why-
American, not quite British.
When you listen to like a FDR speech or something,
Yeah.
it's funny how like presidents would speak that way. It was just understood that if you were on the air, like the live air,
Yeah,
you spoke
like
that
that's
way.
how you speak, and like you know that's how Katharine Hepburn sounds.
Yep.
In
Cary
most movies.
Grant.
Cary Grant, yeah, it's really interesting. And it's funny that like England or even Europe at all was like such a big market that you had to cater that way.
Yep.
I'm surprised it hasn't gone the other way yet, but it will. It's coming. Where we start doing a trans-Pacific accent to cater to Chinese people, and we all start talking sort of Chinese. I would like that. That's what I'm waiting for.
Orson Welles had the
Yes, he very much
in
did.
Citizen Kane. His character in Citizen Kane
For
is
the
so.
country goodness and green penis. Oh wait, that's terrible.
Just say anything.
You find me one writer says to say it like that, and I'll go down on you. If you don't know what we're talking about, look up Orson Welles outtakes. They're the funniest fucking thing in the world. They're so good.
Oh, the French.
Whoa!
Recognized everywhere for their excellence. Well, this is a California champagne from Dom Brisson.
He is trashed. He's 700 pounds. He is fucked up. It's so good.
Yeah. And they're like action, Mr. Wells. And he's like,
Huh?
just say. And they're like, yeah, go ahead. He's like, oh. The French.
Yeah, that one's video. That one's great. That's for, I believe, Paul Roger champagne.
Paul Masson.
Paul Masson.
Yep.
You're right. Yeah, that's for that one. And then there's just audio of some other ones. I don't know if Mrs. Pell's fish sticks get in the mix on that one. And yeah, it's for a bunch of it's like a bunch of frozen food. But those are fucking great too.
I love how it almost certainly didn't happen, but in the movie Ed Wood meets Orson Welles in a bar, and Orson Welles like encourages him to like never give up his dream of being a Hollywood director.
His dream of being a terrible director.
Yeah. From like one of the greatest directors ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that didn't happen.
Probably not. But
I doubt Orson Welles was drinking at some random bar in Hollywood.
It's very fun to think that.
Yeah.
Good movie.
So, my favorite Depp movie.
Might be mine also, actually. Yeah, I always say if Tim Burton and Johnny Depp's collaboration had started at Edward Scissorhands and ended at Ed Wood, I probably wouldn't hate both of them.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow was kind of trash.
And like, that's not even the worst. There was, what else was that?
Well, Ichabod Crane was not supposed to be handsome.
No.
Ichabod Crane was like a tall, skinny, big nose.
Yeah.
Like Howard Stern looking kind of guy. You know what I mean?
I always think that something is a Tim Burton movie. Are the Alice in Wonderland movies not Tim Burton? They just look like they're Tim Burton. I don't think they are. Those ones are, it's like.
But he was the Mad Hatter in them, right?
Yeah, and just because it was like a dumb movie with Johnny Depp in it, I just kind of assumed that was
maybe it
another.
Was, though. I'm gonna have to look that up.
It might. I think that one's not. It just seems like it is. But there's plenty others that are. It's the same as what's a movie that tricks you into thinking? Zack and Miri made a porno, makes you think it's a Judd Apatow movie, but it's a Kevin Smith movie.
Is it a Kevin Smith movie?
Yeah.
I just look at that as like a Seth Rogen movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And Judd Apatow directed, like, Knocked Up and that kind of shit, right? And Superbad.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. It's Seth Rogen that's making that perception.
Yeah, because I remember hearing that. I'm like, wait, that was Kevin Smith.
I just remember watching that being like, this is so unbelievable, she would have never have fucked him.
Yeah.
Even if she was drunk.
And then they, more recently, like only a few years ago, they made a movie that was entirely that premise with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron. Like,
yes.
Like, I think the movie was called Would You Believe She Fucked Him?
Right. Yeah, that's like the next level up from, what was her name in Knocked Up? She's like the less attractive Charlize Theron.
Yeah. Was it Katherine Heigl?
Yes, that's her. And she bitched. That's why they never had her in another one of their movies. She bitched about her role in the movie, like,
shut up, you're in a movie.
And like,
you're the female lead in the movie. Shut up.
Yeah, like something happened where she during the press tour complained about the movie and like the process. And then after that, Seth Rogen and James Franco were like, no, we're not working with her again.
Good.
Yeah.
Back to Grey's Anatomy with you.
But now Seth Rogen won't work with James Franco anymore. So
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, because of the allegations against him.
I mean, that sounds right. Look, I don't like to judge without evidence, but James Franco looks like he would do some shit. Sometimes you just get a vibe from a guy.
James Franco was like...
He has the vibes of a creep.
Yeah, handsome guy, though. That's like the thing about him. Like, and rich and famous.
Yeah.
So
Dave Franco would never do anything. He's the good brother.
I can't... Oh, yeah. Dude, they don't even look like they could be brothers.
They really don't.
He's way shorter. Yeah. And, like, has a different face.
Completely different face.
Like, even a different skin tone.
Yeah.
Like...
I think one's adopted and the parents never told.
James Franco has almost like an olive complexion. And like... I don't know. But yeah, I forgot that his brother brother was in Disaster Artist, and like they can play Tommy Wiseau and the other guy because they don't look like they're related at all. Someone said, this fig is just trying to bait donos. Yeah, that's what I do.
Did he call you a fig?
I don't, what's a fig? Oh, he called me it's a fag.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah. That's what I do.
Or it's an acronym? Fucking Indian guy? Are you being a fucking Indian guy? Ben,
Yeah.
You need to tell me. Are you being Indian guy?
Indian guy.
You simply must tell me. It is not fair to keep secrets regarding ethnicity. That's like not really. That's not really a burn. That's like just. Yeah, like that's what this stream is.
Yeah. That's like saying someone does a stream and you're like, oh, they just want people to watch.
He's just going to his job for money. Piece of shit.
Yeah.
What, he going to the office to get paid? You fucking hooah?
Hooah?
She was a hooah.
Emo Holly Wolf. Your daughter's gonna be a hooah. She gotta die of AIDS.
Well, how's he doing? He hasn't come up in a minute for me.
He's still kind of around.
Nice.
It's just funny. I've never heard a gay guy call people the F slur as an insult.
Yeah, I like that. I like that for him.
Like to that degree.
Yeah.
Maybe like jokingly.
Yeah, like he seems to mean it with vitriol.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't get that a lot from gay guys. I wish you did more. I think it's funny.
Yeah. It reminds me of years ago on Howard Stern. They used to have a guy on called Hank the Dwarf.
Yep.
And other like little people would call to like talk about how much they hated Hank the Dwarf and how he gave other little people a bad name.
He's the Uncle Tom of dwarves.
And he would just be like, shut up, midget. You're a fucking midget.
I like that.
You fucking disgusting little midget.
You tell him, Hank.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Hank must be dead, right?
Yes, he is.
We lost him. R.I.P.
So did Eric. Eric the midget died too.
Yeah. Beetlejuice still alive?
Beetlejuice is still alive.
Against all odds.
That's like a different...
In defiance of God and nature.
His condition is a little different. Like his body...
he's got a lot more going on than just dwarfism. He has
a little head.
He is severely fucked.
He has a small brain, like a deformed brain and shit. That's why he can't... Like, they'll be like, what's 1 + 1? And he'll be like...
Not a big math
It's
guy.
it's 70,052,000,052. Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not his strong suit.
Yeah.
Remember when he punched Jeff Jarrett in the balls on Nitro?
Yes. Yeah, you couldn't, like, be like, okay, Beetlejuice, this is just a bit.
Yeah, that's...
Like,
I feel like the nuances would get lost
You
on
would
him.
forget about it. Beetlejuice has, like, people taking care of him, though, so...
I hope so.
Yeah, he does. He's got, like, a support
I hope he's
system.
not just like... Yeah, he doesn't seem like an on-his-own guy. We're moving better now, but I don't want to get cocky.
Yeah, don't get
Because
cocky.
at any moment, gridlock.
Are we like in Puyallup or something?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
Let's see what the sign says.
What is coming? There's an exit to Auburn.
Okay, all right. So we're getting down there.
Yeah. It says 34 minutes.
It's funny because like the drive from Seattle to Tacoma can take like 45 minutes, or it can take like 3 hours, depending on
like
the time of day.
Yeah, in the middle of the night. Yeah, you could do it in 30-40 minutes.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
Like when I went to your show last month, I woke up at like 8:30 a.m. and hit the road, and I was home like within 40 minutes.
rush hour.
Yeah.
And things are different.
Yeah, they are different.
And we're slowing down.
We are almost stopping.
It was nice while it lasted.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's time to give out people's license plates.
Yeah, you know, I've learned though, like, unless you're a cop, you can't easily look those up.
Not really.
You have to like subpoena someone's license plate to really
Yeah.
get their information. So
BXV2269.
yeah, I mean,
You're safe. CEF 5205, same goes for you. Didn't forget about you, BSA 3102.
Someone said, ask Scoot if he would let Billy fist him. I would say no.
Yeah, my gut reaction is no. Throw money into the mix, and we'll see where the night takes us.
We got a super chat. I heard Beetlejuice's scene for one of the scary movies, which was a 20-second long scene, took 5 hours to film.
I have
Probably.
no doubt. I have no doubt.
Yeah, he has no short-term memory at all.
He's got a bad brain.
Yeah. But one thing is for sure, he wanted to fuck Robin Quivers.
For sure. Who doesn't?
Robin Quivers back in the day was beautiful. She was like a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Now she's like 70.
Now she's even more beautiful.
They used to claim size G boobs.
That's a lot of tit. That's a
so like when she's 70,
titty.
that shit's touching her kneecaps.
There's going to be some sag.
That's what I'm saying.
Unavoidable. In name, I always confuse
Robin Gibbons.
Robin Gibbons.
People do that. People on the Howard Stern
Robin
show
Quivers.
have done that before.
Okay, now I
and
know.
called her like Miss Gibbons. First of all, Robin Quivers is way older than Robin Gibbons.
Yeah.
And Robin Gibbons was
Gibbons
married to Mike Tyson.
That's right.
Yeah, that was like his first brush with the law after becoming a top-ranked boxer was domestic violence shit with her. She was on the show Head of the Class, which also starred Dan Schneider.
Good guy Dan Schneider. Howard Hessman from Cincinnati WKRP was the teacher, and that's all the people I know on it. I have a vivid memory of, I guess it was the season premiere of Head of the Class.
It was pretty big. You know, I think eventually he left Head of the Class and they replaced him with that Scottish guy, I think from Monty Python.
Oh. I did not know that.
You know what? I'm going to have to look that up.
That sounds like crazy talk. I think you're being crazy right now. But yeah, I have a vivid memory of, I think, a season premiere, which was a Dan Schneider focused episode, because he was the fat guy. And I guess the deal was he was going to lose a bunch of weight in the summer and come back not fat. And then the episode started with, like, he shows up to class. Also, everyone was 30 years old.
Yeah, well, definitely Robin Gibbons wasn't 17 or whatever.
No one was a teenager.
Yeah.
So he shows up to class and he's even fatter, and everyone's like, "Oh, Dan, you're even fatter." But then he like unzips his leather jacket and he had a pillow in it, and he did lose some weight, and good for him.
You know,
but then he gained it all back.
The one character on that show that was like a stereotypical nerd was so nerdy that we were talking about Head of the Class recently on DP, because me and Billy went back and watched some old Dan Schneider shit. We were talking about his shit.
Nice.
And
I mean, he does great work. I would call it unimpeachable.
Unimpregnable.
Unimpregnable.
So like, Billy thought that the nerdy guy on Head of the Class was the Carradine guy from Revenge of the Nerds. And I'm like, no, but they modeled him after that, definitely.
Yeah.
That like stereotypical.
Yeah, there was just like the 70s and 80s had like the nerd.
And
picture
honestly,
a nerd.
It was
that.
probably like Asperger's too. Like
Yeah.
I think like it was probably that
For sure.
Yeah, but they just called it like nerdiness.
Yeah.
Back then.
Sir, you are medically a nerd.
There was the stereotypical nerd character on Head of the Class, and I think he had a crush on Robin Givens' character and like ended up dating her like towards the end.
Oh,
I have to go back. I have to go back and watch that shit. Robin Givens was like the hot girl on that show.
Yeah. I have not watched Head of the Class in.
It wasn't that great of a show.
Yeah, in conservatively 25 years.
It's not Taxi. It's not Cheers.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking about 80s sitcoms. One thing I'll stand by is Frasier is one of the best written sitcoms ever.
Yeah, Frasier's great.
Like the way it's written is like almost every episode, the main character of that episode lies to somebody. And the whole episode is just about them trying to like
cover the lie
yeah. The entire time.
Yeah.
And then it blows up in their face.
And then like the twist at the end of the series where it turns out Frasier wasn't gay. Nuts.
You know what though? You made me laugh. So I was laughing about that for like a week. I think it was when we had, I can't remember who we had on. It was someone younger who didn't remember Frasier. Might have been Dylan. I think we had Dylan on.
I think it was, yeah, I believe Dylan had no idea what or
and
who
you
Frasier was.
you said it's a show about a British gay guy who's neither gay nor British.
100% sure. Find me a picture.
It made me laugh.
Get it together, Dylan. Is he still in the Ukraine?
Yes.
He's gonna get killed.
I saw him tweet about something like a close call the other day.
I like the sound of that. Be careful, Dylan. Don't get murdered in Ukraine.
But like he's super pop. Like he went out there to do this when he already had it made as a streamer and shit. Like he was blowing up in popularity. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to a war now."
It's a choice.
But like we had him on, and he was like, "I grew up watching you guys. Like I grew up watching this show, so it's crazy to be on it right now."
Yeah. Should have grown up watching Frasier, motherfucker.
Frasier is so well written.
Yeah.
And now they've already signed on for a reboot.
I feel like the reboot has been happening for 5 years.
No,
where is it?
2 years.
Okay.
It was delayed by COVID.
I guess that'll happen.
The problem is, the guy writing is the guy that attacked Vito at the Netflix protest.
That's right.
Yeah.
I
and I'm
forgot
like,
that.
What
That's fun.
is like Frasier's son Frederick trans now?
100%. If Frederick isn't trans, I'm not even.
I want it to be that way. I literally want it to be that way.
Yeah. No, it definitely will be.
Oh my god. Yeah, I literally want to see Frasier.
I mean, they did that with Roseanne.
Yeah. And then they also had her son married to a black woman.
Yep.
And there was
married a black woman.
There was an episode in the 90s where DJ got made fun of because he kissed a black girl in class.
Continuity.
That's why they did that.
Nice.
Yeah. The new Roseanne was great. It got fucking ruined. It was actually really good. Mm-hmm. And now it's The Connors.
The Connors.
Which is terrible, but for the people, like, all the people involved in that show got fucked over.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with them, like, riding out the contract.
Sure.
That's actually a good thing that the network's doing, knowing that they're not going to make the same ratings.
Yeah, it's not everyone else's fault that Roseanne couldn't shut up. But yeah, Becky's son is either really gay or trans. I don't remember. Both?
Like non-binary.
Yeah.
Basically, because they didn't say anything about their gender necessarily.
Yeah.
I guess they're like gender fluid. I don't know.
I'll show you some gender fluid.
Yeah. Dice is doing Dark Side of Comedy, like the same way they did Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, interesting.
And
I like that.
So far, they've done Andrew Dice Clay,
Dice Man.
Roseanne,
Yeah.
Chris Farley, and
Yeah.
Artie Lang are the ones that they've done so far.
Artie's poor nose.
Yeah.
It's a.
He said he wanted to keep it as a reminder. He's been sober for a couple years now.
Yeah, because he can't get Coke in there anymore. But
He had the greatest job ever on Howard Stern.
Yeah.
To like just show up, and there were so many episodes where he was like clearly fucked
just
up.
totally fucked up.
Yeah, but he was so good. Howard just kept him.
But like bright side, like there's no reason that Artie Lang should be alive. So
No.
like, consider every day a blessing.
Yeah.
That Artie Lang is here. What he was on an HBO show. Oh, he was on Pete Holmes' HBO show, Crashing.
Artie?
Yeah. Yeah, so like semi-regularly. It was good. I mean, Artie's great. He's just his own worst enemy.
Yep.
Season 1 of Mad TV. Great. That's My White Mama. Menthols. I love menthols. Don't make me break my foot off of your ass. The rest of the stream, we're just talking about season 1 of Mad TV.
Mad TV was good.
Yeah, it was the best. This is...
A lot of the Mad TV cast members are in that Dark Side of Comedy about Artie.
Bet they would be, yeah.
Who's the little Asian guy? What's his name?
Bobby Lee.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, there's a bunch of them in it. That one guy, Orlando.
I want to say Orlando Jordan. That's the wrestler.
Yeah.
Orlando Jones is the
Yeah.
comedian.
I guess Artie was living with him during like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. Orlando Jones, of course, the face of 7-Up during the Make 7-Up Yours campaign.
Which is totally like
Make
early
7
2000s
up yours.
edginess.
Very edgy.
Was it 90s or 2000? Early 2000s?
I'd say early 2000s.
I feel like early 2000s was pinnacle edginess. That was like the Katie Vick era
Absolutely.
of like the 90s edginess finally hit a fever pitch.
Yeah, 100%. Guy in the truck was at us just listening to cool music.
I think that's Tacoma in the distance, right?
Yeah.
We're having wildfires around here right now, so it's
I was
very
gonna say
hazy.
when I was coming down just after I got past Bellingham, I was like, oh, this is real hazy for
Yep.
what I remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can kind of smell the smoke in the air too.
Never good, except one time. It was 2018 or 2019 in Vancouver, and there was supposed to be like a horrendous heat wave, like there was in like late June this year. Oh no, late June last year, July this year. But because there was so much smoke from like forest fires, it like made this shield from the sun, and it was supposed to be, let's try to do it in Fahrenheit. Let's say it was supposed to be like in the 90s, and instead it was like low 70s.
Oh my god!
It took it down. It took it down easily 10 plus degrees Celsius. So like close to 20.
So like,
Fahrenheit.
imagine what a Mount Rainier erupting
Yeah.
would do to like the climate here.
Cool things down nicely.
Winter, imagine.
Maybe
what
don't,
it would do.
Well, hopefully it has the decency to do it during the summer.
It would last quite a long time though. There'd be so much debris in the air.
Yeah. Probably not great for air quality.
No.
I hear that ash is bad.
There would be no Tacoma left.
Ash to ash.
If Mount Rainier had like a full-on eruption, there'd be no Tacoma left. They're like right down the hill.
Don't promise me things I can't have.
Tacoma reminds me of my hometown.
Yeah.
So much. Yes. Instead, like, it's a seaside town, but, like, my town's on a river. But it stinks, and there's, like, factories all around it, and, like, abandoned neighborhoods with boarded up houses and big potholes in the street.
Yeah.
And sketchy characters everywhere. Yeah, it reminds me of my hometown a lot. T-Town. Tacoma, we literally just entered Tacoma.
Yeah.
I saw the welcome to Tacoma sign.
I wish my shows were still in Seattle.
Yeah,
and not Tacoma.
Yeah, because I could, like, just take the bus.
I know.
And uphold
I could drive an hour and a half less.
I could uphold my base level of drunkenness, too. Like, what is this?
Yes, true. That's the greatest casualty.
Right. My drunkenness died that day.
Very sad.
So, I had no idea, but I looked him up. Steve Miggs is like a radio DJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a big, tall guy and everything, but he also looks like he's like 50.
He's well into his 40s.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, like, he's good. He's a good heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started, like, he was just a fan of 3-2-1 Battle, and then he did some announcing and stuff, and then he, like, started training.
Okay, so he wasn't in good shape before.
No, he had never done it. Like, his wrestling debut was in his 40s.
And I'm guessing he has that platform where he can bring in people to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I get it.
I think he's the only guy in SOS with more followers than me, which means I will eventually have to destroy him or get more followers. But
I would like to see a match between you and him.
I've never worked him in SOS or 3-2-1. So
there's a giant tit, by the way, guys.
There is a giant tit.
It's called the Tacoma Dome. You want to tweak that nipple?
I have seen Bob Sapp cry in that building.
What?
How about that? What do you think about that?
He was like, "Oh shit, I'm in the Tacoma Dome."
What do you think about that little anecdote? So I saw some MMA show in the Tacoma Dome. Maybe Strikeforce, maybe something. But yeah, the two things I remember were I think there was unless I'm conflating this with something else, but I believe there was a Joe versus Joe fight. I think maybe Joe Dorkson versus Joe Riggs, and Joe Riggs got his back, like, broken in half. And the other thing I remember was Bob Sapp versus Jan the Giant Norche. Bob Sapp did a Ric Flair entrance. 2001: A Space Odyssey, feathered robe.
Dun 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 dun.
And they fought. Bob Sapp presented no offense. Norche punched him in the face a bunch, and Bob Sapp cried. Bob Sapp is a fraud of an MMA fighter, but he was the most popular human being in Japan for like 2 years.
Was he a pro wrestler?
I think he
there's that, like,
did MMA
S1
before wrestling.
Yeah, there's like the MMA version of pro wrestling in Japan, which is so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like MMA rules pro wrestling, where MMA guys work an MMA fight. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was involved in that.
I think he just did New Japan. I think he won the New Japan World Title at some point, just because he was so popular. They're like, well, we gotta do it. He's not good at wrestling or MMA, but he's so popular.
We got another question. Who out of all dead celebrities would you get drunk with? That would be kind of creepy, honestly. I don't know if I'd want to be drunk.
Himmler?
Is he a celebrity?
I mean,
he was in Germany.
You knew his name when I said it, so I'm gonna say he's a celebrity.
I just think it's weird that he was a high-ranking Nazi and his name sounds so much like Hitler.
Too much like Hitler!
Yeah.
Change your name! And Eichmann's first name is Adolf.
It'd be like if there was another Beatle named Jack Lemmon or something like that.
Yeah, get out of here. Stupid.
Or Sean Lemon. I think that's better. Because there is a Jack Lemmon.
There is a
Jack
Jack
Lemmon.
Lemmon.
Was a Jack Lemmon.
Yeah, they murdered him. Jack Lemmon was assassinated. Jack Lemmon was assassinated, not John Lennon. John Lennon committed suicide.
There was a Frenchman, Jean Lennon. He's a mime from Quebec City.
Jack Lemmon was great.
Dude, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau are my favorite comic duo.
Fantastic.
And they kept making movies together that, like, beyond The Odd Couple.
Yeah.
Even if it's a shitty, low-budget movie, those two together made it good enough.
You got your grumpy old man. Your grumpier old man. Did they do one on a boat? Out to sea
with Brent Spiner
as
a British, like, drill instructor, gay guy.
Love it.
Cruise director.
I wonder if that's where Gail fell in love with him.
No, there's an audiobook that Brent Spiner put out recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta track that down.
It's on Audible. And all of the...
Does he read it?
Not only does he read it, but all of the parts of his former TNG castmates are read by them in the book too, which sounds very entertaining.
You got a Patrick Stewart, you got a Jonathan Frakes, you got a Gates
LeVar
McFadden,
Burton.
you got a LeVar Burton,
worst Jeopardy host,
Will Wheaton. It was so funny that
he fucked up
for the second. Actually, not even the second Trebek died. In like the 6 months leading up to Trebek dying, before the body was even cold, they're like, LeVar Burton should he's perfect.
This is the perfect example of when someone sees something repeated enough on Twitter that they just think it's true. Because Billy was doing this, and I'm like, how do you know LeVar Burton's that good?
Guess what? He sucked.
And then he gave it up.
And I'll tell you who was the best. The guy
Blossom.
Blossom's fine. Although it is ironic that in her adulthood she did the exact opposite of Blossom. No, the guy who they're originally going with, the executive producer, Mike Richards, not that one, the other one, he was fantastic. And then, like, the day after he got the job, he got like, low-level Me Too'd. Like, in the way that I don't even know if it's Me Too'd, but like the same way that like Kevin Hart couldn't host the Oscars that year because he made a tweet with an F slur in 2010. Like the Mike Richards thing was like he was talking about a woman's titties on a podcast in 2014. And then then like, oh no, he's gone. And not only does he not get to be the host, he's also fired as executive producer, which he's been doing for like 25 years.
Yeah, he was good at hosting it.
He was great.
I want to go back to she wasn't really Blossom. Can we expand on that?
Oh, I just think it's funny to say that Blossom didn't blossom and that she's kind of busted. was where I was going with that.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure, she got, a degree in chemical engineering. Great. Are you hot?
She's also like... She's written these, like, parental theory type books where she's into, like, over-parenting. Like, treating your kids like babies until they're adults.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, you like that.
I like to be treated like baby.
So you and Emo Hollingwolf are wearing diapers?
We're diped up. Dipe up or shut up. That's what we say.
Yahoo.
What a funny guy.
He is. I'm a fan. I like how he rips off old ladies.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Because fuck old ladies. Who gives a shit?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about an old lady? Nothing.
Nothing. The most powerful old lady on earth died yesterday.
Fucking got her.
That took away so much power from the old ladies.
From the old lady?
Yeah.
From big old lady?
Yeah. Stick it to big old lady.
Gee, I am mad that she couldn't, because I like numbers and I like records being set. I think it was rude of her to not hang on like another year and change to beat Louis XIV.
As longest monarch?
As longest reigning monarch.
I didn't know there was a longer... I know... I thought
she's the longest of the UK.
Okay, Louis XIV was French, or
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
was that the Marie Antoinette's husband?
That was Louis
French-
XVI.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he reigned like the entire 1600s, 1700s, one of them. But yeah, he was like 74 years or something, and she was 72 and a half.
God, man,
Yeah.
he lived a long time.
Oh
for
no, he
his era.
yeah, he became king very like he was like a child king.
Okay.
But then hung on for a pretty good run. So good for him. Yeah. So yeah, it was rude that she couldn't do that. And if you and look, if okay, you're real old, you're real sick, whatever. You can't do another year and a half. You couldn't hang on 3 days to die on 9/11. Come on, you could do that. Anyone can do that. Anyone can hang on 3 days to die. Grow up, Queen Elizabeth II, if that is your real name. Which
It's not.
Which it's not.
it's Queen, or it's Elizabeth Saxa Coburg Gotha.
Yeah, but they kind of scraped all the German stuff in World War I, and became Windsors.
The Windsors.
Well,
Yeah.
we made the exit.
It's weird how
close.
Victoria and Albert were first cousins, and they had like 10 kids.
Pretty tight move.
And like that's such close inbreeding.
Keep it in the family.
He croaked like really early, and then
Yeah, and then
she was
just
around
like
forever.
hung out for
Yeah.
like 50 years after he died.
She was the second longest reigning British monarch.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. So everyone watching, if you're in the Tacoma, Seattle metro area, you can come to Tacoma and see Scott in the ring tonight.
Get your ass to SOS Pro Wrestling at Edison Square in Tacoma.
Yep. Habsburg jaw, yeah, that's craziness. I saw the Habsburg family crypt in Austria when I was there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. Maximilian, the
17th, 25th.
well, there was the final emperor of Mexico before Mexico became a democracy was a Habsburg, and he was Maximilian.
Oh, yeah.
And they killed him and put his body on a ship and shipped it back to Austria.
Love it. That's a good statement.
Yeah.
We're done with this. You can have him. I think I'm right in here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like another street down from here. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I might stream again later,
We
but
did
thank you for watching. Have a good one. Later.
Bye.